Hey guys, I'm back with another Penetrol test pour. In this series, I'm experimenting with different paint pouring methods using Penetrol as a cell activator. Penetrol is a medium that is used like Floetrol and is made by the same company, but for oil and alkyd-based paints. Since it's an oil-based product, it's a perfect candidate for cell activator. So, if you're curious, join along as I work my way through various methods to see what will give us the most incredible cell action. If you saw my last video, you may already have an idea of what I'm working with today. For those of you just joining in, I'm using Floetrol as my pouring medium for these experiments. For this pour, I'm using Lucas Krill fluorescent paints mixed with Stuart Simple's lit glow-in-the-dark powders. I was curious to see if there would be any change in reaction with the powdered pigments added to the mix. When adding powdered pigments into a paint and medium mixture, I like to wet them a bit first. I've found that some powdered pigments almost seem hydrophobic at the start of mixing. They eventually wet, but it takes a lot of stirring to get it to that point. If you put these pigments directly into your paint and medium mixture, the chances are high that they will clump and you'll spend the next 20 minutes trying to smooth them out. By wetting them before adding, you don't have to worry about the clumps. You can use just about anything to wet the pigments. This time I'm just using water. In the past, I've used gel medium, polyacrylic, pouring mediums, and even rubbing alcohol. Basically anything that you can mix the pigments in to smooth them out into a paste or a liquid. The Lucas Krill colors I'm working with today are the fluorescent green, blue, lemon yellow, magenta, and signal red. I had the Pebeo phosphorescent gel out, but I ended up not using it. Instead, I decided to mix up a cup of the Amsterdam clear gel medium to separate the colors out in the funnel. In the lip powders, I have glow green, blue, yellow, and pink. I mixed the corresponding colors of paint and powder, which left the signal red, gel medium, and the base as the only colors without a glow-in-the-dark element. I didn't record it, but the base is a combination of Amsterdam titanium white and Jacquard super sparkle, just for fun. Except for the base, each color was mixed with 2 drops of Penetrol. I went with a funnel pour for this experiment. I also went a lot thinner on the paint consistency than the last one. For this pour, the paints barely mound up when lifted from the cup. My goal was to get them to mix more in the funnel before I dropped them onto the canvas. I know, Katie, why did you mix the gel medium to separate the colors if you wanted them to mix? Well, I knew the signal red has a tendency to take over when I use it. I was hoping that the extra layers would help tone it down a bit. It didn't, but that was my thought process here. So I loaded the colors up into the funnel, adding in the gel medium between each. I released the paint around maybe 18 to 20 inches above the canvas. If you haven't caught on, I'm terrible with measurements. Again, it was as high as I could go with the camera in the way. Releasing the paint from this height creates a ton of air bubbles, so be prepared with your torch if you try it out. The dry results from this pour have a very strange look to them. It's almost blurry, if that makes sense. The way the paint celled up around the edges of the canvas has an odd look that seems to texturize it. With the paint being so thin, you can see the imperfections in the canvas, but the paint itself seems to add to the appearance. I knew that the signal red was probably going to be the most visible color on the canvas. This was the last of that bottle, and I'm not real sure I'll be replacing it. I love the other colors, but that one just eats everything. Don't get me wrong, it looks fabulous under the UV light, but I don't think I love it under the regular light. If you stick around to the end of the pour, the close-up shots include regular and UV lighting. Apparently, it is near impossible for me to get video of the glow in the dark. I try all the time, but I just can't seem to get it. So, to see this piece glow, stick around to the very end of the video to see the picture. Next time, I'll be using the leftover paints from these first 2 pours in a triple cup flip. Color and cell-wise, it's my favorite so far. If you guys have any questions about this pour or any of the mediums and methods that I'm using, feel free to reach out in the comments. I really do enjoy hearing from you all. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!